Hey guys, back up north, Mille Lacs Lake, big smallmouth. You gotta check this one out. Come along, Bass Doctor starts right now.
Look at the head on her.
Love it. Big and choked it all the way down. Let's catch another one. Hey guys, Mille Lacs Lake. As you can see, we got a little bit of a chop today. Not a big deal. Smallmouth fishing. This is actually a calm day for Mille Lacs. Back up here with my buddy Kyle.
Yes, sir. What's happening?
Looking forward to it, man. What do you think?
It's gonna be a good day. I think we might get a little wet with some waves, but I think we're gonna catch some big smallmouths.
You know, the funny thing about the northern lakes, you know, we did the northern swing this year with the Costas, and
yep.
People think this is rough. This is a pretty calm day, actually.
I was telling you when we came over here, this is a walleye chop, really, for Minnesota people.
Kyle Mille Lacs is known for the big smallmouth. We're late. It's late summer. You know, here we're into July, 1st of August. They really catch them out here on these deep rocks.
They do. This lake's one big rock pile, and it's most picture-perfect smallmouth stuff you can imagine. Big boulders, little rock spines on sand, and yeah, you get out deep, you use your electronics, you find fish. We're gonna have to run a lot of spots. We're gonna make a lot of drops, but we're gonna catch the smallmouths.
Well, the smallmouths up here winter and summer deep, just like our fish do back in the south.
Yep.
So basically, we're offshore fishing on Mille Lacs Lake, just like we would do on the Tennessee River. Of course, no current, but but it is offshore, and we're looking for groups of fish on rock piles.
Yep, you use your electronics, you find, most of the time, some of these rocks are as big as the front deck of the boat, and it's hard to actually mark a fish. So a lot of times you're just looking for the stuff that looks fishy, and if it looks fishy, it's probably got one on it.
Good. Let's go fishing, guys. Mille Lacs Lake in Minnesota is a huge fishery. It's 11, 12 miles wide. It's 13 miles long. It's relatively deep in the middle, but it's kind of like an Okeechobee in the sense that everything to fish is pretty much on the outside edges. So it's a big, deep, huge lake full of smallmouth and some giant smallmouth. This time of year, it's right in that transition. You know, smallmouth up here, we think about the spawn, we think about March and April down south, May maybe. These smallmouth up here, some of them don't spawn until June and July. So it's in that transition period right now from where they're trying to get from, their spawning areas out to the deep rock piles. So a lot of transition going on, a lot of fish in a lot of different places. You can catch them from 6 feet down to 25 feet, but cool fishery, big lake, a lot of big smallmouth. A lot of guys down south, myself included, we like fishing offshore. So it's, this is something that's not really new to us, but up here it's kind of the same thing. You're still fishing targets.
Right.
Just, you're off the bank, you don't have anything to throw at, but you're looking at your electronics.
Yeah, the weird thing about Mille Lacs especially is if you get in the middle of the lake, it's just a big mud bowl.
Right.
So all the rock and stuff is really, about as far offshore as we are. There are some reefs out a little further, but they're just little rock spines. That's kind of what this thing is here. There's a little sand flat and a little rock spine that comes out. And they'll spawn just a couple 100 yards behind us here.
Right.
Some of them will even spawn on the top of this reef.
Yeah.
And then, come this time of year, there's millions of little perch in this lake, and crayfish and mayfly hatchet. All that stuff happens kind of right here. So they don't really have to go
way out,
2 miles out in the lake. They can kind of just hunker down right here and have enough food.
Like I said, it's a lot like fishing down south. You're throwing at targets. It's individual rocks and rock piles on an endless flat of sand, and then you got a hard spot there. Rock piles.
If you tried to fish a whole rock pile on this lake, you'd eat 8 hours a day and only go 300 yards. So it's the bigger rocks or clusters of rocks within a stretch, or here especially, you'll have a lot of sand, and then all of a sudden there's a rock pile the size of the boat.
Right.
And of course, if I'm a smallmouth swimming along, that's a big stop sign.
Well, they're going to stop on the hard spots just like home. Back home it's a shell bed or a gravel bar or whatever, and here it's just individual rocks in the middle of a sand flat.
That's right. No different.
Found him.
Uh-oh.
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 Here's a little brown one. Athletic little guy.
Yeah.
Man, they're mean. This is just a 12-inch fish. Little fella. We got the skunk out of the boat early this morning. Come here, little fella.
They're hard to grasp onto when they're small, aren't they?
Can't get his little mouth open. Little Jerky J. Just a little guy, starter.
You got to break the ice somehow.
Yeah, you got to catch one somewhere.
Castaic, the company that invented the swim bait lure category, introduces the most lifelike series of fishing lures on the market today. With jointed, paddle tail, and straight body designs, Castaic has it all. Castaic lures will entice the most stubborn fish to bite. Available in an array of sizes, shapes, and a multitude of colors, Castaic has the perfect lifelike lure for the job. So if you're ready to get your hands wet, pick up a Castaic lure today.
Bulldog rods feature a series of 12 rods designed by the best of the best in the industry. All the tools a serious bass fisherman would ever need. Whether you're a touring pro or a weekend warrior, these rods are for you. Each blank features Japanese Toray carbon fiber and gives these rods incredible feel, lightness, and power. With a no questions asked warranty, unmatched look, durability, and sensitivity that has to be felt to be believed, they are priced to sell, built to last. Bulldog rods, tough as a dog, that's no bull.
You got it dialed in that these fish are wanting that small XRM.
Yeah, nice. It's a stud right there. Shallow running jerkbait called an XRM 100. It's a reaction strike jerkbait. Hey, that's a nice fish for sure. Nice fish.
Introducing the Microwave Line Control System by American Tackle, the most efficient casting system on the planet. It uses the latest in line guide technology to improve accuracy and add distance to each cast. A two-stage conical design primary guide captures and controls fishing line to straighten coils, reducing friction and maintaining line speed during the cast. It's so effective that it requires less energy to deliver the smoothest, most accurate long-distance casts possible.
The Bass Doctor is sponsored by American Tackle Company, makers of the Microwave Guide System, Lucky Tackle Box, Castaic, the original swim bait company, Duck-It Fishing, Reaction Strike, #1 in swim baits, Bulldog Rods, tough as a dog, that ain't no bull, Power Pole, shallow water anchors, Garmin, TH Marine, Stormer, and by Backstabber Lures.
So this spot here is like we were talking earlier about, you know, idling around fishing offshore. Got out 22 feet and we side imaged across a point, and there's just big scattered boulders across this whole, it's a big sand flat.
Yeah.
You know, and anytime you get a rock, it doesn't matter if it's basketball size or size of the front deck of the boat, something different.
Yeah, the main thing you're looking for out here is just something different. You got all this sand bottom and then a rock pile.
So there's like 10 different rocks that we'll just kind of fish our way up along and drop on them when we come across them, and hopefully find old big.
Old big.
Large marge, that's what I'm trying to get to stick.
Large marge.
Large marge.
Got him.
Yep. Does not feel big.
Not the big one.
Now he's getting sassy.
Getting meaner.
He just bum rushed the boat.
He acts mean anyway.
I mean, sometimes you move them off that rock, you know, that's their little, oh yeah, not a bad one. Their little home, and they get real salty. Not even bad.
That's a good one.
I don't know why you gotta be so upset, you know what I mean? Like,
we actually just drifted over another one here, so thought I might see if we could.
Oh, hair lip.
Whole hair lip. So got him in the top too. He ain't going nowhere. They're mean.
They are mean.
3.5 pounder, but dude, they're mean. I mean, that's 3 pounds of muscle.
Not a bad one. They're so fat. They sit out on them rocks and just gorge on whatever swims by. We gotta find Joe Mama.
3 pounds of muscle.
Yeah, dude. Mille Lacs is a pretty cool lake because it is giant. Minnesota has a ton of really big lakes, but it's one of the biggest, and it is chock full of fish. It's a fantastic walleye fishery, but lately it's gotten a lot of press for smallmouth fishing. Us here in Minnesota, we've known about it for the last 10, 15, 20 years, but it's really starting to take off. The fish are getting really big. They just finished spawning not too long ago. I mean, it stays cold up here for quite a while, so they really don't end spawning till like sometimes almost 4th of July. Right now they're trying to move offshore. There's a lot of rock piles, and you really got to spend a lot of time trying to find them. For as fantastic as a fishery as it is, you got to look a lot for these fish, and then when you find them, you can actually start catching them. There he is.
Catch him, man, while he's down. I'll be tying my leader on my drop shot.
That's why I was like, Jason, you should just retie that leader.
Yeah,
quick.
yeah.
I can just go ahead and catch this fish. I mean, while you're down there, I might even have you help me land this thing.
I might as well. Well, you got a pike?
Oh no.
Oh no.
No, no.
Little brown guy.
They're just so angry.
Why are they? They don't have to be mad at the world.
No, fish, like, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna get my mitts on you.
Turn it back loose.
Here she comes. Boom.
3.5, 4 pounder.
Yes, sir.
Mille Lacs smallmouth.
They like that little Jerky J.
They like that Jerky J. They'll bite it anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Little one, big one. It's a pretty fish, man.
Thank you, thank you.
They're so funny. Like, you see how dark they are right now?
Mm-hmm.
If you put that fish in a live well for a couple hours for weigh-in or whatever,
yep,
they'll really get striped up.
They'll change almost instantly, you
Yeah.
know? Like, they're so good at camouflage.
Pretty. They're heavier than you think they are, too.
For sure.
Good one.
Oh, got him.
There we go, man. I break off and get me down in the floor and catch another one.
If it makes you feel any better, he's not that big.
Yeah,
that
that helps a whole lot. Got him? Want me to help you?
No, no, no. You do you, man. I'm just gonna hang out.
Yeah, I ain't helping you
out next to
anyway.
you.
I'm gonna get me a bait and get dropped back down there. You're on your own, Hammer.
I mean, he'll get tired at some point.
So he drags me over a rock pile and breaks me off. So
Hey,
I have to
Lambert,
get
just
down
drop
and
down here
retie.
one time. It's a great trick
Yeah.
to play on your fishing buddies. Come here.
Got him?
Not yet. Fat guy trying to bend over the side of the boat. I mean, I should flip him, but I was hung before I caught him. I'm a little worried that them zebra mussels kind of
Yeah, them zebras don't
messed me up, you know what I'm saying?
they don't play fair with line.
Nah, barely hooked. Where's your mama? We want your mamas.
Little fella.
You got it dialed in that these fish are wanting that small XRM.
Yeah, thanks. That's a stud right there. Shallow running jerkbait called an XRM 100. It's a reaction strike jerkbait. Hey, that's a nice fish for sure. Nice fish.
Closed captioning sponsored by American Tackle Company, makers of the microwave guide system.
Hey guys, ICAST Orlando, Florida. Here at the Castaic booth, bait that y'all have seen a lot from me in the past. I'm with the owner, Mr. Rick Quaid. What about the Jerky J?
What else can I say? Jason, you made this bait famous. Not that it wasn't famous beforehand, but you've taken it to a whole new level. How many tournaments you won on that bait, I've lost track. But it's a great product line. I mean, we make the 7-inch version, the 5-inch version, all the way down to the 3-inch version. It's a phenomenal bait. You team it up with various other techniques. Just made a phenomenal living off of it.
Well, there's a lot of different ways you can throw it. You can throw it on a wobble head, you can throw it on a bladed jig head. There's several different ways to fish it. It's an awesome lure. Y'all have seen it on the show before. Probably going to sit on the show this season as well. Check it out, castaic.com. Let's go back fishing. Got him.
Yes, sir.
Feels like a little fella, whatever it is.
Oh, Rocky.
Oh, Rocky bass. Oh, Rocky bass couldn't stand it. He had to have him some Jerky J. That's actually a pretty good one too.
That's not a bad rocket, man. You can skip some docks up here and catch like 50 of them off one dock.
Really?
Yeah. The cool thing about Mille Lacs is there's certain parts of this lake, you know, like earlier we were fishing little rubbly kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then you can come, you know, a mile or two away from where you were, and you get into like big, I guess it's like that glacial, you know, that big solid flat rock, that shelf rock or whatever they call it. And you get around stuff like this, and there's just huge boulders that, you know, fell off whenever the glacier made this, this pond. And dude, you find stuff like that, and it doesn't take long to get bit.
Well, it's, you know, all these lakes up here, I mean, Minnesota is the land of 10,000 lakes.
We got a couple.
And, I mean, it's all created by glaciers. So it's just something a little different than we see down south.
Got him.
Got him.
What do we have here?
Drop on this other one, see if it'll eat.
See if his brethren. Well, that looks like a smallmouth.
I believe that might be a smallie, eh?
I'll take that. I reckon so.
Brown Town.
We have landed in Brown Town. No, like, it's not necessary.
That's the way they're supposed to eat, like, as soon as it gets down there.
Dude, right? Oh man, he's not that big, but he's kind of chunky.
Yeah, 3-pounder. But I like these waves, a little chunky.
Short and stout, man. I like, look at that. He's just so fat.
One of the questions I get from a lot of guys about drop shotting is, what size weight do you use? And you know, I guess my answer always is we try to use the lightest thing that we can and still stay in touch with the bait. But you know, smallmouth fishing up north, like St. Lawrence River with all that current, a lot of those guys use, you know, 3/4, 5/8, and you know, people just don't think about that, but they want it to get down really, really fast. So up here, Mille Lacs and some of your guys' smallmouth lakes up here, I mean, what kind of weight do you typically try to drop for
I'd
them?
say it's kind of the same train of thought, like, you know, go as light as you can, but still feel bottom, quarter. I'd say a lot of times can get you through a lot of situations. Like today we're using a half, but you know, it's kind of windy, we're fishing kind of deep. You want to keep that line contact. The nice thing, I feel like with a drop shot at least, is if you do got to go heavy, since that weight's below the bait, you know, you don't really hamper the action of your plastic. So you can actually, you know, especially I think if you're new too, it can be kind of hard to feel the bottom and get used to it. So I think you can step it up and still be all right. You just might get snagged a little more.
Yeah. Well, up at St. Lawrence and those places, you know, they're fishing a lot like we're fishing today. I mean, they're actually looking at them on electronics and dropping to them. And with that current so strong, those guys use a 3/4 because we'll fall straight to them instead
Right.
of drifting off
Instead
of
of
them
getting that big
with the current.
bow, yeah.
So, well, I guess the answer is there's really not an answer. It depends on more about how deep you're fishing, how windy it is, how much current you got, but it's different everywhere.
It is, a lot of trial and error, you know. If you're having trouble keeping your line vertical at the bottom, if that's what you're trying to do, go up a little bit. Go from 1/4 to 3/8 or something. I'm kind of thinking we need to change things up and make a little run across the other side of this pond and maybe check out a rock pile over there and see if we can find.
Pretty bumpy over there this morning.
It was. It looks like it's calmed down. You know, it's kind of deceiving here.
Wait. Let's catch this one first.
Okay. I'm getting ahead of myself.
Well, we've dropped on some mini. Uh-oh. You want to come up and dance for us?
Uh-oh.
Maybe it's not another, no, that's not another walleye. Pretty good one.
Oh, yeah.
Fell victim to the Jerky J. Is he gonna jump? Come on.
I think he's too fat to do anything.
Well, he's about 27 feet deep, too. Pretty little guy.
Not bad.
No, not bad at all. Hooked in the top. Another one of them. Look how short and thick they are. It's like a 15, 16-inch fish, weigh 3 pounds probably.
Dude, I mean, it's incredible how fat they are.
Yeah.
I don't even know why they're eating, to be honest.
Let's get down to business. Quiet, you sons of fishes. Now, what?
I'm switching sonar.
Why?
Cause now I can see fish swimming live in front of my boat. I even see fish attack my lure. Y'all sonar is just history. I'm out.
I'm with him.
Castaic, the company that invented the swim bait lure category, introduces the most lifelike series of fishing lures on the market today. With jointed, paddle tail, and straight body designs, Castaic has it all. Castaic lures will entice the most stubborn fish to bite. Available in an array of sizes, shapes, and a multitude of colors, Castaic has the perfect lifelike lure for the job. So if you're ready to get your hands wet, pick up a Castaic lure today.
Bulldog rods feature a series of 12 rods designed by the best of the best in the industry. All the tools a serious bass fisherman would ever need. Whether you're a touring pro or a weekend warrior, these rods are for you. Each blank features Japanese Toray carbon fiber and gives these rods incredible feel, lightness, and power. With a no questions asked warranty, unmatched look, durability, and sensitivity that has to be felt to be believed, they are priced to sell, built to last. Bulldog rods, tough as a dog, that's no bull.
The Bass Doctor is sponsored by American Tackle Company, makers of the microwave guide system, Lucky Tackle Box, Castaic, the original swim bait company, Ducket Fishing, Reaction Strike, #1 in swim baits, Bulldog rods, tough as a dog, that ain't no bull, Power Pole shallow water anchors, Garmin, TH Marine, Stormer, and by Backstabber Lures.
Today on Mille Lacs, it's been about one bait and one technique. We're out here offshore on these deep rock piles. These are post-spawn summertime fish. These smallmouth up north get deep just like they do back home. So today it's been about the drop shot. Drop shot with the 3.5-inch Jerky J by Castaic. We've seen it a lot of times on our show. We saw the 5-inch, we saw the 7-inch. We've won a lot of money on those baits. But this little 3.5 is just as effective up north fishing for smallmouth. Throwing it on a 7-foot medium heavy spinning action Bulldog rod. Good setup. Come out up north smallmouth fishing with a Jerky J. Have a lot of fun. I feel like we've looked at 1,000 of them today. They're really difficult to catch.
They're definitely getting smarter, man. They're getting pressured.
Uh-oh. Got one of them to bite.
Sometimes you just got to soak it in front of them for long enough that they...
Come here, little feller.
Get on up in here.
Get on up in here, little feller. Another one of them little short, fat chunkers. Man, they're so pretty though.
They really are cool looking.
You know, they're all the same fish, but it's like, I mean, some of them are super, super dark. Some of them are striped up really well. That fish is dark, but it's a lot more pronounced on its stripes.
They got a lot of character, that's for sure.
I like them. I feel like we've been looking at the depth finder all day today.
It's too much, I'll be honest with you.
Got him?
Got him.
I was trying to get down there too. You beat me too. Here, if you'll, oh, he's going that way.
I don't know which way he's going.
I'm gonna drop on this other one.
Yeah.
Oh!
Okay, okay.
That one's mad. That is a mad brown one.
I mean, you gotta shake it on their face for so long.
Oh, that's a good one, dude. Let me grab it.
Yeah, you gonna get him?
That's a solid. That is a solid. Yeah. Uh-oh.
You always gotta just assume there's gonna be some sort of surge at the boat.
She is not happy to be hooked in the face. But you know, you think about it, I wouldn't really probably like it too much either.
And
got her.
Pow.
Good one, man. Got her?
Got her.
Good. That's a good one. They're so thick and tall.
Dude, they are, man.
And these are post-spawn fish.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that's the crazy thing, isn't it?
I mean, they're just now starting to get out here on this offshore deep stuff, but you know, it's kind of been tough.
It has.
But we've caught, I don't know, a dozen or more fish today.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty solid fish. Looking at that right there.
I think it's time to get
Time to go.
Yeah, man.
Enjoyed it, Kyle.
Thank you, Jason.
Thanks for having me up.